In today's video, when fat loss is bad for you.
All by myself.
What's going on, guys? First of all, I want to say hello. It's been a few days since I did a YouTube video. If you're watching this at the middle of November, if you're watching this 2 years from now, well, I've done a lot of videos since then, so probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But I was really on a roll there with YouTube, pretty much putting out 5 to 6 videos a week, loving it, loving the process. But as I've stated before, when life gets going and other things become a priority, you know, as much as I love putting out YouTube content, you know, it's got to take a backseat to my clients, my family, you know, my bodybuilding show, and my responsibilities. But guess what? I'm back. My show is over. The OCB Florida West Coast Classic was, I would consider, a smashing success. We had 50% more competitors than last year. So we went from 42 to 62 individual competitors, and gave out pro cards, had overalls. The show started at 1 p.m. The show started at 1 p.m. on time and ended out the door by 8 p.m. for all of the athletes. Why is that significant? Just because I've been to a lot of shows, I competed in shows, I've attended shows, and granted, when you have a lot of competitors, you can't really do it that effectively, but there's no reason to have a morning and a night show if you have less than 100 competitors, in my opinion. It just drags the day out. It's price gouging the people that are coming for tickets, okay? I keep my ticket prices down. I'm not gonna go on a rant here about my show. It's obviously growing for a reason, and I'm gonna keep doing the things I do. Amazing trophies, live format, high quality communication with the competitors, and treating them like the treasures that they are. So, the weekend was a success. Saturday was amazing. However, it left me with Friday, where I was doing my finishing touches, athlete check-ins, preparing for the show. Saturday, I was up from 7 till about midnight, on my feet all day. Sunday, I felt like I was on a 2-day bender drinking, and I just had a hangover, trying to hang out with my son, barely able to keep my eyes open all day. Into yesterday, when I have my biggest day for check-ins with clients, and NPC National starts Friday, so yeah, it got a little hectic, but in a good way. Like, these are good problems to have, people being too busy, having too many awesome clients, having too awesome of a show. Like, yeah, I can deal with that kind of problem, but like I said, that's where the YouTube kind of subsides. So I'll put this timestamp at the beginning of the video for where this content actually starts. But you know, my videos, as you guys have learned over time, tend to be related to something that's on my mind or something I've been thinking about. And something I've definitely been thinking about a lot lately is when fat loss is no longer good for you. When being in a fat loss plan is actually a negative, okay? And here's why. I think this a lot, because I often work with people who want to get leaner. You know, that's pretty much the #1 goal for a fitness coach, right? You want to get leaner, you want to look better, you want to get on stage, you want to go on a honeymoon, wedding, whatever. I worked with people doing photo shoots, whatever it may be. But then there's the other side of the coin, where people just want to get leaner because they're obsessed with a number on a scale or a size of clothing. And so I often have to delve into the psychology of why these people want to continue to push their bodies. When I look at their pictures, I think, this person is in elite condition. And I mean, I have people, like females with abs, that tell me that they're not happy with how they look, that they feel bad in their clothing, that they don't like the way they look. And so I'm often dealing with this psychology of like, okay, I want to help them, but I almost feel like it's not going to help them if I help them in the way that they're requesting. The good news is I get through to some of them, and I'm able to convey my message of life, of well-being, of the long journey that is fitness. And so I thought I would make a video on that topic because it's something I've been addressing lately. So here's my thoughts. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. Definitely a little cooler weather here in Florida, so I might have gone through a little something recently. But let's talk about what it means to lose body fat. losing body fat, for most of us, if you're overweight, is going to have nothing but positive health benefits, right? It's going to improve your blood markers, it's going to improve your day-to-day conditioning, it's going to improve your energy from day to day, you're going to feel better about yourself, you're going to get good feedback from others when you lose weight. They're going to say, hey Jim, your clothes are fitting better, or hey Jim, your face looks slimmer. You're going to go try on clothes at the store, and you're going to put something on and it's going to be form-fitting and it's just going to feel positive. So there's so many benefits, physiological and psychological, to fat loss, right? But then we get to the other side of the coin. Let's say someone is in good physical condition. They are within the normal range of body fat. Now, that's going to be a debatable weight, a debatable topic. What is the right amount of body fat to carry? Because here's the thing people don't think about. Body fat is healthy. Body fat is necessary. Body fat sustains us hormonally, physiologically. There's so many benefits to having body fat. It could basically be considered another organ in our body. It has so many functions, okay? But it's got such a negative connotation. I have body fat. This is body fat. I can feel body fat. And believe me, I'm not preaching from the tower, okay? I was that guy too. For a long time, I hated body fat. I feared it. I thought it was a terrible thing. Now I've come to accept it. Having an acceptable amount of body fat, really helps me feel good, train better, be a better person, right? And what I mean by better person is it doesn't, ethically make me a better person. It makes me less moody. It helps me recover. It helps me have better training sessions. Like all the things that I do when I'm ultra low body fat, where I'm like, striated abs and, chiseled, what people would consider like peak condition. I'm a lot less nice. I'm short-tempered and all those things. So what I want to talk about is when fat loss is no longer the right move for you. And it's basically when all of these things start taking place, right? So for some of us, if we have a lot of body fat to lose, it might take a couple sessions to get there. And what I mean by sessions is periods of fat loss, and then periods of allowing our body to maintain or even build calories, and then another period of fat loss. However, for those that reach that place and then they want to maintain it, they're going to have to allow themselves to get a little bit heavier, put on a little bit body fat, until your bodies find that perfect place where psychologically you can look in the mirror and say, I like the way I look. And then when you're eating your food, you think, I feel pretty full. And when you go to the gym, you're lifting the weights and you say, I feel pretty strong. And then when people see you, they say, hey, you look pretty great. When all those things start to combine, you start to get this holistic feeling about fat loss. About, okay, now I know when it's time for me to dial down to get a little bit more shredded for a specific event or purpose. And then I know when it's time to back off. Now, it's taken me 20 years to get there. This is the first time in my life, and I've probably talked about this in videos lately, the first time in my life where I've actually felt okay with having a little bit of body fat and not being the strongest, heaviest I've ever been. I was always the two extremes. Competition lean, shredded, not happy as far as like overall well-being, but happy with how I looked. Or I felt great. I was the strongest MFer I knew. Not really. But I didn't really like the way I looked. And I was a little too heavy, but I felt like I had to do that. Now I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. I think psychologically speaking, I'm 42, maybe I'm maturing a little bit. But this is a conversation I think you guys all need to have with yourselves, because obviously I can't deal with every one of you that's watching my channel one-on-one, is about this journey and finding where your happy place is, and understanding that if you've been at fat loss for months and not a lot has changed, you need to start looking at things like diet breaks, probably reverse dieting, learning how to add some calories in, bring your cardio down, focus on other aspects such as training, whatever it may be, whatever that might look like. But if you've just been hardcore trying to lose fat and you've only lost, a pound or two over the last 3 or 4 months, and you've been miserable the whole time doing it, which is a very common theme, out of the fear that going the other direction means you immediately put on 15 pounds or you immediately put on 20 pounds, then that's something we got to look at and have a discussion about, because that's not what happens. That's what happens if you just take the reins off and just start going crazy at, buffets and eating like that. If you just take the approach that you take to fat loss and start to taper down the cardio slightly, taper up the calories slightly, you start to put yourself in a better position metabolically, physiologically, mentally, and then all of this can lead to kind of a sense of overall well-being. That's going to be it for me today for the Preachy Paul. We'll call this Preachy Paul Tuesday. Fat loss, not always the best thing for you. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to be leaving for Miami on Thursday morning with my friend Lauren Collin, or as she calls me, her best friend. And then today, Lauren's coming over and we're doing a podcast, a very exciting podcast. We have a guest. He's actually a strength and conditioning coach for the New York Yankees. That's right. And he graduated from USF Exercise Science Program. His name is Jeff Dolan. So we're going to have him on. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. He's a cool guy. He did my show 3 years ago. So he's a competitive athlete. He's a strength and conditioning guy. He's educated. So we're excited to have Jeff over to the house and talk to some things. For those that aren't familiar, the minor league organization for the Yankees is based out of Tampa, the Tampa Yankees. They play at Steinbrenner Field. So I'm a bit of a baseball junkie, so I'm going to be a fanboy and have lots of questions for Jeff. And that's it. We're going to have a great day today. We're going to have a great day tomorrow. We're going to drive down to Miami. And I'm back on that YouTube train. Missed my YouTube fam. And guess what? Chad Nutter flies in to Miami on Thursday. So you're going to get some first-hand footage at I want to call it the squad that I'm bringing to Nationals this year. I'm going to ramble here for a little bit, but I have the sickest lineup coming to Nationals this year, okay? For the first time ever, I have a figure competitor, a classic physique competitor. For the third time ever, a men's physique competitor, and I have 5 amazing bikini athletes. My goal for this show is for every single person I bring to make first call-outs, and it can happen. They're all that good. So you'll get to meet them, see them, we'll talk to them. If you follow me on social media, you probably know most of them already. I've been posting pictures and stuff for the last couple of weeks, the whole year. Heck, Lauren Dannemiller started competing in May, and we've dieted and reversed, and she's hit all new lows this week, and we are bringing her in. They're all coming in amazing. So if you're listening to this and you're my squad for Nationals, like, thank you guys. You've been killing it, and I cannot wait. Literally, it's like Christmas morning for me. All right, this video is already too long. I'll talk to you tomorrow.